Okay, guys, we are at Journey's End. It is week 12, the final session of our Making States, Making Nations module, this ongoing exploration of the emergence of nationalism in the 19th into the start of the 20th century. The final session in this module is one that I usually reserve for something that feels a little bit more topical, not irrelevant to what we've been looking at, but something that has a certain resonance in the presence, more so than any other topic right now. And I thought, given certain events and certain responses, both in the press and from the general public and from politicians, that it was probably about time that we gave flags some attention.
On the streets.
Robert Jenrick, thank you. I think your flag is not up to standard size government interview measurements. I think it's just a little bit small, but that's your department, really. It's just a thought.
Yeah, there was some interesting blowback on that one at the time. Now, as someone who is a self-acknowledged Welsh nationalist who has flown a 7-foot-long Welsh flag in these sessions in the past, I'm not going to comment too much one way or the other on that one. But what I will say is it's quite clear that flags in relation to nationalism is certainly something that is of relevance to us today. And of course, flags are not specific to our period of study, but the way in which they are used or utilised in relation to nationalism is certainly something that is grounded predominantly in the 19th century. I mean, it really sort of kicks off very late 18th, but really that relationship is established and the template is set, which is echoed right through into the present. So, whilst I introduce this week's session on flags, we will be opening, as have just arrived in the post, these Japanese silver lance cards with Calyrex Ice Rider, arguably my favourite Pokemon of the day. Gave me one of my most successful series in ranked battles in the now much maligned by some, but lovingly forgotten by others, Series 8 battles. So let's crack some of these open. As ever, there's only 5 cards in this pack. We won't bother with the trick. We'll just enjoy what comes out. Which way should we do this? I think it's... Oh, there's a horrible ding in that card. Look at that ding. That's a terrible start. Okay, we'll put that card down and see what happens. Okay. Oh, I've done it the wrong way around. What is that? Oh my goodness. That's not the card trick, is it? It's clearly a 2-card trick. Look at you've got to be secret rare. That is a secret rare. Look at all the detail. That's beautiful. Look at the little score bunny, a little Scroven at the top. Let's try and get that focused. Come on, focus in. Wow. Oh, it won't focus. It's got so much going on. There we go. That is wow. Okay. There we go. First card, first pack. I got the trick wrong, but we'll know that for next time. But wow, look at you. All right, well that'll do. That's not a bad start at all. I think we can just do these fairly quickly. I mean, there's nothing else of consequence there. Although, you know, a little bit of P2 there. Beautiful Porygon 2. Again, one of my absolute favorite Pokemon. But hey, how about that? Cool. Alright, well, I'm sort of taken aback by that. Usually that's where we'd finish the video, but I didn't actually start talking about flags at all. Just trying to remember which side of the box we took that on, because we're not going to get a card as good as that in consecutive packs, unless we do. So what was I talking about? What are we doing this week? Flags. Yeah, flags. Nationalism. I mentioned that this sort of really kicks off at the very end of the 18th century. French Revolution is where we really first see 2 cards. 2 cards is the trick. Where we first see flags being utilised in an overtly nationalist context, as in stepping away. I'm filming this in daylight, which I never do. This is why everything's so washed out, because the sun is over there and it's out and it's bright. So it's really difficult for the camera to focus on me. So yeah, we have that link with... God, you can't see a thing. Let's try and do it over here. Anyway, They're not particularly special cards. Not a shiny. Abominable Snow, always welcome. Abominable Snow. Yeah, the Tricolor coming out in a French nationalistic context, a rejection of the symbols of the French royal family, and I suppose that's a big part of what flags are. They are symbols, recognisable symbols of the nation. The way in which flags are being used is often in a sort of a celebratory context, national celebrations. The problem with it, we're seeing it on screen, everything looks like it's a shiny variant Pokemon. I don't even know if there are any shiny variant Pokemon in this set, but we'll keep going, who knows. Oh, God, look, everything is horribly washed out. I'm so sorry, guys. Nothing I can really do about it. I don't want to film tonight, because it's been cold at night. I don't know, maybe if I stop the filming and move, get out the sun a little bit. Wow. And a Frostlass to finish. Oh, that's the sweet spot, isn't it? Right there. This is where I have to hold the cards to avoid the sunlight. So French Revolution sets the template, but we're going to focus a heck of a lot on the Scandinavian narrative. We're going to be looking at flags, we're predominantly going to be looking at flags in Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. There's some great evolutions of flag use in those particular nations. Denmark in particular. Denmark after Denmark after France is really the first nation that sort of properly Porygon. I'm going to do it at that angle to get it out of the sunlight. Denmark, first nation really after France to... Well, these aren't special cards, so we can go through it fairly quickly. And we've got a Taurus. Yes, Taurus. I was saying, Denmark, yes, after France, nationalism, flags, that's the point of what we're talking about. And yeah, so with Denmark sort of embraces a national flag in a nationalist way to represent the nation. Just as we tip into the early part of the 19th century, they're heavily involved in the Napoleonic Wars. I'm going to slide a little bit over here. That's a little bit better. This is sort of... Oh, again, on camera, it looks like it's an angry Teddy Ursa. It's a fairly happy Teddy Ursa. There is this beautiful creation myth narrative about the Danish flag, which stems from a medieval context, a crusading context, in which the flag was dropped down onto a battlefield by the hand of God himself, which gives... Oh, I thought that was washed out, but you look at that. Out of the sun, it is just a white card, pretty much white and snow. Last card for this pack, and what is it? Walrein, I think. It's been a while since I've seen one. So you have this again mythology developed around the flag, and many of the flags of the period that we're looking at have that relationship with Christianity and that sort of overt narrative. So the sort of the mythologizing folklore that we've touched on in previous sessions crops up here once again. A lot of icy Pokemon. This is a terrible pack to open in daylight. That's a pretty cool pack. Pretty cool card. And what have we got? It's a Volcanion V. So not bad, Volcanion V. We got one secret rare, one rare. There's 2 packs that came out. We'll just keep going. It's our last video of the year for this sort of thing. So we'll just keep rumbling on. Why not? See what the cards bring us. So we'll be looking, as I get back on focus and talk about the session, we'll be looking at the evolution of the flag in the context of what? This is almost impossible. All of these Pokemon cards are white, bright white, in light. It is so light. Aron, utterly impossible to see. That's better. Hippodon. Nice darker colours. That's what we need when there's bright sunlight. Okay, if I do one of these videos again in the future, it will be in nighttime. What is that? That is a roll. Roll with a rope on. Roll with a rope on. Yeah, so looking at the evolution of that, and we'll see, in particular in relation to warfare, various points in the 19th century calendar where in particular, there are sort of like poetic, artistic responses. Look at that ding! Look at these dings! It's terrible. Fortunately, that's not on what would be the red card, but these packs have suffered in transit. They came all the way from Japan for the sake of this video. Hippodon, the pranged card, hopefully nothing too special. No, it's just a cap. And what do we got? What have we got? We've got the Ice Horse. It's the VMAX card. It's Calyrex Ice Rider. You can't see it so well on the camera. There we go. You know what, guys? That's in focus. That's lovely. You know what? It's not a secret one. It's 28. It's triple rare card. It's very nice. And you know what, guys? I think on that we might stop. I don't know. Maybe we'll just pick like one random pack. Let's take like the top pack. No, let's take the very last pack from the bottom of the deck and just see what's in it. Because that's a pretty good set of pulls. There are probably other good cards in here, but chances are we're not going to pull them unless we really mess up the order. So, we'll do one more. I was talking about warfare. Warfare and the use of the flag. And really, it being used as a focal point for rallying people, that the flag becomes a symbol of the nation, becomes representative of what the nation should be. Flags tend to be fairly amorphous. Pyro, nice to see. You don't see that very often. They're more representative of the nation through association than what they actually represent on the actual flag. Flags tend to be fairly neutral in content, but nonetheless, many of the poetic works being produced by Danish authors through the 19th century uses the flag as a sort of a rallying point, a cry to arms, because it's recognisable, and easily so. So we'll be looking at the way in which it's used in a national context in terms of defiance. Yeah, there he is again. Okay, I think we'll stop. I mean, look at that. I'm happy with that. I'm very, very happy with that. For our last sort of formal card pull of the year, I am delighted. I'm not going to complain. That's pretty damn good. Okay, guys. So on Monday, 10 o'clock, flags, Denmark, and more flags. That's what we're going to be doing. I look forward to seeing you guys. That's me done. I'm out. See you later, guys.